the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an intimate heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aten, among the Hebrews as Ansar, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jah Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Odumare, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America, and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a denial objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name Able 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Raheem Kossad Oxen, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and/or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, oh flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and pole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving it, this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem. Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
Among the Rastafarians, it's Jah Rastafari. Among the Yoruba tribe, there's Olodumare, Obatala, and many other Orisha gods. But I bear witness that all of those names refer to the same one, the Almighty God. And it is to him whom I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, those children of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are that lost 13 tribe born here in North America, and that we are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the world flow through our veins. I greet you all in the ancient but yet holy words of peace in many of the languages of our fathers, of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Abaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. I am Brother Minister Raheem Kassed Aten, founder of the Toma Nation, aka Temple of Mercy Association, along with the co-founder, Minister Omari Jahi Aten, and the First Lady of this movement, Sister Makita Aisha Aten. Well, I come to you again today by the Creator's permission to share with you some things that's been placed on my heart and on my mind. I don't know if you've been hearing our lectures over time, but for some reason, I believe all the lectures that we've been putting on Facebook and YouTube are for the future and not for the present. We've been given marching orders and all kinds of different things that was given to us to give to our people. But I can rest in the fact that most of it's for the future and not for today. But anyway, I want to start off today, again, like we always have our prescribed readings. Last week, I told you of a book that we are currently in called Nile Valley Civilization, Contributions to Civilization by Anthony T. Browder. I spoke from this book last week, and Black Roots Science. All right. And I told you I would say a few words dealing with the Hosea, another book, ancient scripts, sacred scripts found in the tombs of ancient Kemetic people. We told you before that Egypt is not the true name of that particular area, but it was called Kemet, which means coal black. And this book, the Hosea, is similar to what our Bible or Quran might be. This is why we say we're all inclusive, because wherever truth is, that's where we go, and that's what we seek out in Toma. And so before I get started, last week I opened up with a prayer. I want to open up with some words from the Hosea. And it goes as follows. Maybe you might want to get this book. Here, let me show you how it looks. So you might want to purchase it. It's by Maulana Karanga, same guy that gave us Kwanzaa. And there's a couple of other books that I have by Maulana Karanga. I might get a chance to show you that other book called the Odu Ifa. So it says here, serve God that he may protect you. Serve your brothers and sisters that you may enjoy a good reputation. Serve a wise person that he or she may serve you. Serve one who serves you. Serve any person so you may benefit from it. And serve your mother and father that you may go forward and prosper. Examine every matter that you may understand it. Do not say, I am learned, but rather set yourself to become wise. Be gentle and patient. Then your character will be beautiful. It is in the development of character that instruction succeeds. Learn the structure and functioning of the sky. Learn the structure and functioning of the earth. The good fortune of a town is a leader who acts righteously. The good fortune of a temple is its priest. The good fortune of a field is the time it is worked. The good fortune of a storehouse is the stocking of that storehouse. And the good fortune of the wise is their excellent advice. Wise words, selections from the Hosea. You can pick it up, the Underground Bookstore here in Chicago. And for those who don't know, we are coming live from Chicago, Illinois, on the south side of Chicago this day, Sunday, February 6, 2026. Now, the title of my lecture, and I never finish what I'm coming up here to do, is it can never be finished, really. But the title of my lecture is Our Real Freedom is Just a Lot of Talk. I can even say it this way. Our real freedom, is it just a lot of talk? See, it can be a question mark. It can be an exclamation point or a period. Whatever you put beside it, it's something that we need to really look at as a people during this particular month called Black History Month. That in Toma we say Black Heritage. And it stemmed from something that took place in the community. You know, the Temple of Mercy has been around for over 30 years, championing the causes of our people here in Chicago. dealing with gun violence at that time in the 90s, dealing with gang violence, dealing with drug and alcohol abuse of the different stores opening up, selling alcohol to our young people. We fought against all of that and we were successful. We were victorious, but yet at the same time, we had some defeats. And some of the things we fought for and won today, over 25 or more years later, we're back in the same predicament. But this is what caught my attention because right here in my neighborhood, I heard some shots ring out a few days ago. And I heard police coming from everywhere. I didn't know what had happened, but I was so used to hearing gunshots and police flying through the neighborhood, I was not alarmed. I just have to be honest with you. But then later on, looking on Facebook, I saw some people shooting in the community in broad daylight. And I'm going to read an article here so you can know why I chose this topic. It says, after a shooting in broad daylight Wednesday, so that was what, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days ago, on the 79th Street corridor, it left a young mother dead. Faith leaders, and you know, I hate to say it, but I call it faith leaders, and community officials for petitions are calling on neighbors to report what they saw. A 26-year-old woman was killed in a car while a baby, her own child. Some say the woman's godfather told this, that it was her child and it was in the back seat. The woman was identified as Gabrielle Ayers by the medical examiner's office, according to the WGN-TV. The child's survival was an absolute miracle, but the baby lost his mother, said Father Michael Flegger, the lead pastor of nearby St. Sabina Church. Guns have become the first lines of defense, Flegger said. Until we deal with this gun issue and the mentality that goes against it and go back to dealing with people as people, we're going to see carnage here, and I'll add, and everywhere. You know, that's why one of the other reasons I said it's a lot of talk. Because I don't think our people truly want to deal with the gun issue. And I don't think the people in our community, that the activists, all of them, really want to deal with the gun issue in our community. I'm saying that. I'm saying that we putting Band-Aids on the axe wound. I'm saying that we have a smear campaign where we wash over the real truth of what's really going down, and instead of digging down into the root of the problem and coming up with the ugly truth and then addressing that, we truly don't want to say what should be said and what need to be said because we don't want to upset our comfortable level or style of living. We're not true freedom fighters, not anymore. We had some. You can name them. You can read about them in Black history. But we don't have them anymore. And I'm going to get to that. I might have to do 2 hours. I don't know, but I'm going to get to that. The shooting happened at 1:25 p.m. on Wednesday. Ayers and a man, that's the girl Ayers' last name, and a man, 27, was sitting inside a car on the 7900 block of South May when someone shot and they crashed the car into a van. Officials said Ayers was hit multiple times and taken to Little Company of Mary Hospital, where she died, officials said. Based on the video that we see all over Facebook, 3 guys jumped out the car, shooting these guns. Looked like the Wild Wild West. The guy that was in the car with her was shot in the buttocks and in the arm and taken to Christ Memorial Hospital in good condition. The driver that was in the van that they hit refused medical assistance. No one is in custody, and detectives were investigating. That's why I say it's just talk. It's just pomp and circumstances. It's just fun. It's just getting out there to see who can be seen and who can get a way to line their pockets with some kind of money, one kind of way or another. You know, they say resources. When you hear everybody say we need resources, they talking money. Don't think they saying about anything. That's just a new word for money. And that's what most, not all of them, were there, and what most of them are all about. The police officers were there because they was going to get a check. But if they don't go where the commander tell them to go, they cannot be paid. Half of them, if they wasn't paid, you wouldn't have seen them. The politicians were there because the media was going to be there. And so they spoke. Real solution? Hell no. Not at all. Because since Toma, in 30 years, been out here fighting. 30 years. All during the 90s, we fought and fought and fought. We fought. Some of the members became weary. Some of the members they all might start with you, but they may not end with you. Because fighting this fight, this real fight, we went up against Everfresh Juice Company because they were putting juice in alcohol shake bottles, looking like Wild Irish Rose. Campaign posters with young people with the bag, the juice in the bag in their back pocket, like the wine heads used to do in the past, put their fifths and all in their back pocket. It looked like Wild Irish Rose bottles and MD 2020 bottles. And all the kids was coming out, running down the street, turning them up, looking like alcoholics of the future. And we fought hard. And you won't see those bottles. You will see cans that you can't tell the difference between cans of juice or cans of alcohol. But you won't see those alcohol shake bottles that look like MD 2020 and whatnot, because we fought hard. Yes, the OMIB, the Temple of Mercy, Franklin Lodge number 25, we fought. We were in Sun Times, the Defender, the Tribune. Some people in New Jersey picked it up and saw it happening there, was telling us about it. And brothers and sisters, you do not see them. That was one victory. And we had people against us, talking against us, our own people. Because we was going to those different Arab stores saying, get these bottles up out of here. And we'll be back every day until you get them up out of here. We went downtown to their corporate office and we fought. I'll tell the whole story one day. And we continue to fight. We continue to post up in areas in our community where violence was the greatest. We continue to post up at certain stores where they would come around and just stand around. Fearlessly posting up. But let's look at today. All of those people that you've seen out there, I don't think they want to really do the right thing. I don't think they really want to do what needs to be done. Why is it nobody in custody? Brothers and sisters, every time a police officer gets shot, they have someone in custody within 24 hours. A day does not go by until they have someone in custody. Even if it ain't the right one, even if it's somebody else and they just picked you up off the street, they got somebody and he or she gonna have to say something or tell something. But when it comes to us, no one's in custody. When it comes to us, they can't never catch nobody. When it comes to us, we can't even see our patrol people who be out here patrolling coming together to say, we gonna find them. Whoever those guys were, they somebody's son, they somebody's cousin, they're somebody's nephew, they're somebody's grandchild in the community, and somebody somewhere know who they are. That's if you're really trying to find out who did it. But see, Toma, we take it a little bit further. We ask the question, where did they get those automatic quick kill weapons of mass destruction
Automatic, quick kill. Weapons of mass destruction. Where did they get them from? Yes, we're going to have violence. Yes, we're going to have disagreements. Yes, we got to work it out. A lot of times we got to fight it out. But weapons of mass destruction in our community, not minor destruction, but mass destruction. Do you know how many other people who could have got shot with those bullets coming from those guns? Sound like the Tommy guns back then when the mafia used to run Chicago. Al Capone and his boys. Remind me of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Yeah, this is the time for so-called Valentine Day. Let me read some more. Nobody's in custody. But if they wanted somebody in custody, they'd have been in custody within 24 hours. I'm telling you a fact. A fact. I'm telling you a fact. Been around long enough. I've been hearing it long enough. I've been seeing it long enough. So if you really wanted somebody, you'd have had somebody in custody. You're going to bring over 20 to 30 officers out there to stand out there, but did nobody stand out there with one of the people who did the shooting? Did nobody stand out there to say the name of somebody? Did nobody stand out there and say we got somebody in custody? All they came out there is to do a little prayer and to do a little apologizing and then back to what they've been doing. I almost cussed because it makes me angry because we're so afraid. I blame the National Rifle Association for those guns being in our community. How they get here and who helped ship them and put them out here, I don't know yet, but I have an idea. But I know the people or the group that's behind it is the National Rifle Association, and I can prove it. No one is in custody. Detectives were investigating. This was Wednesday. This was 4 days ago, y'all. It says in the online video, 3 people wearing black clothing appeared. They ain't appeared. They did. To run down May Street and across 79 intersection with raised guns. After appearing to shoot toward a white car, listen to the words they use. We need to stop that too. They ran. They entered a red car, drove up to the white vehicle before driving away. Wednesday's shooting happened about a block away from St. Sabina's Church. And then they try to act like, okay, St. Sabina, because Father Flegger been out there doing all this walking every Friday and this and that. So they want to put a little smear on there, say, what he doing ain't really helping. It happened right by your church. Steps away from the church's food pantry. The people who were shot weren't parishioners at the Auburn Gresham Church, Father Flegger said. Then they got Leo High School down the street, a 5-minute walk away. To have someone get out and start shooting, that's something you see in a war zone, Flegger said. Then our alderman, David Moore, whose ward includes the location of the shooting, was sad, disturbed, angered about the broad daylight shooting. He wrote in the Thursday Community Alert, shared on Facebook. Neighbors should pray for the child and the family who lost a mother in this senseless act. You know, Dr. Webb Evans, one of my mentors, said, yeah, pray. Pray all day. But then you got to put some legs on that prayer, he said. And if ain't no legs on the prayer, your prayer is worthless. Your prayer is useless. Your prayer is what the title of my lecture is, a lot of talk. Just a lot of talk. We talking real freedom, but we need to see it in action. It's a lot of talk. So Flegger gonna lead a prayer vigil. Okay. How many of them have we seen? But yet they still shoot. Yet they still kill. Since we started our campaign against gun violence in 1990, they still shoot and kill it. We already 25 years into the 21st century. 26 years. Add the 10 from the 90s. That's 36 some odd years. And we still talking the same crap, some of the same people and some new people, because they don't want to dig deep to look for where the flood is coming from, flooding our community, with these quick kill weapons of mass destruction. You don't want to find out the origin, because if you did, you would see some people in it that's around you, that's a part of it. Some of them out there probably was a part of it. We don't really want to see no change. Our real freedom is just a lot of talk. We love the word freedom. You'll hear us singing it. We chant it. We hashtag it. We preach it. You're going to hear it all this month. We post it every Black History Month. We repeat it now every Juneteenth. We march. We protest. We boycott. But yet and still, Trump can get up here on the podium and say we're going to erase the Voting Rights Act. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to erase part of Black history. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that too. And when he say he going to do something, he go and do it, and you can't do nothing about it. Yeah, we're going to bring some people in the community, and they're going to do what they did in the past. Let me read you something here by this guy they call Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club. Listen at this. He said, where do you think policing in America comes from? It comes from slave patrols. That's the origin. Story, armed men empowered by the state to hunt down Black bodies and return them to captivity. Sounds like what's going on right now, right? Terrorize communities into submission. That's where American policing started. Another word for police is officer. And if you hear it and really listen to the sound of a word, overseers. And you saw them on the plantation on a horse with a rifle, with the horse going by the slaves and seeing if everybody was in order. Overseer, 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 officer. So now American policing, the ICE raids happening right now, agents breaking into homes without warrants, tearing families apart, disappearing people into detention centers. Oh, that ain't new. That's just a photocopy of what happened to us. That's just a photocopy of what still happens to us. It's just that they focusing on the immigrants now. It never stopped happening to us yet. You just ain't seeing it on CNN. But it's happening every day. We got brothers and sisters being hung, brothers, in Mississippi. Yeah. We got truck drivers being hung, going into towns. We got sundown towns again. We back in the 1950s. And still ain't done nothing about that either. What we gonna do, brothers? Even sisters, what we gonna do? Keep talking? I challenge all of you all. You can call me or you can email me. And I know that if you're serious, I'll be with you. God gave me a plan. Usually the plans that God gives me works. We can reduce the violence in our community. We can find out where the flood is coming from, and we can plug the leak. Once you plug the leak, then you start removing the water. You running around with the police grabbing guns and putting them all into some storeroom, and then you take a big picture of them and put it in the newspaper. But yet, that's like you got a flood, and you take about 20 gallons in a bucket and set it there and take a picture of it, and everybody clap. Look at that. We got 20 buckets of water, but the flood's still going. Dumbass, excuse me. Playing on our people's mind. Playing mind games on us with that bull. And half of the politicians don't want no change either. They come out here and they politic and they run and they get in, and then you get a new damn park, a new airport, your streets paved, your alley paved, your alley is lit now and lighted up. Then you go back to sleep. Yeah. Freedom has become a seasonal ritual instead of a sustained reality. Why is that? Why only songs and slogans and talk? They'll allow you to perform, yeah. They'll allow you to talk about freedom in your lyrics on the Grammys and all that, different artists saying it and doing it. They'll allow you to do that. The government will allow that. See? And they'll give you a false sense of power. As long as they can regulate it, as long as they can control it, you look like you powerful. You look like you can do something. You can't do nothing, black man, black woman, until you step out and start doing something for your damn self. We're allowed to talk about freedom endlessly because talk don't disrupt the system. The moment our freedom looks like land ownership, the moment our freedom begins to look like economic advancement, the moment our freedom looks like discipline, true unity, then the system tightens its grip. Who is the system? You could say the government, but I say the Caucasian that runs it. The group of Caucasians that run this system, not just Trump by himself. He's just the doggone front man. The man that set up here and set his cabinet up with billionaires. They ain't thinking about you and I. They don't even think on that level as individuals. So they don't see you. They don't want to see you, and you'll probably never see them. Billionaires hang around billionaires. When we look at our current condition, not just our musicianship and creativity, not the influence we got, that don't mean nothing. Not our resilience. Yeah, we can take it. We survived slavery. We survived this. We survived that. We made it. But we think that's some kind of points we supposed to get while we still in the same situation. The same situation. What can we pass down? Nothing. All we do is look at what our history, and we look at a vacant lot or buildings that the white man got now. When I say white man, brothers and sisters, let me be clear. A white police or the white, whoever you want it to be, can round up a Nigerian, a Haitian, a black American, a Moor, black whoever, and line us up and we'll be a bunch of niggas. But they want us to see Germans. They want us to see Arabs. They want us to see Italians. They want us to see Anglo-Saxons. But we see in Toma the way the Native Americans sing them when they came on their shores. And they said pale face. And that's all I got to know and see. Pale face. That's how we see it. So y'all can't bring that small time mess on me. Till you see us as we are, then don't come bringing your crap here. All of y'all are responsible for what I'm talking about. But the ultimate responsibility lies with us. The ultimate responsibility lies with us. Well, if our freedom disappears when the funding dries up, then it was never freedom. It was permission. Permission. See, when they give you a grant and all of that, when they fund whatever it is you're doing, they gave you permission to do what it is you said you want to do. Why do you need permission from them to do what needs to be done? Why? Ask yourself that. Oh, you know about how much we can take. So what's the thing? What we got to ask ourselves, what do we truly control? We got to ask ourselves, what can we defend? Honorable Huey P. Newton defined a term black power. He said the power to define for ourselves what is true and what ain't. The power to develop and the power to defend that which is in the best interest of our people. That is the true power right there. What can we pass down that's still intact? What can we show our people economically what we truly have gained? What can we show our people? A true institution that's 4 Hour Rise, not NAACP. It's not 4 Hour Rise. All they're trying to maintain is stability so everybody can continue to get a check in the NAACP. The Urban League, what? Just a yearly book trying to tell where we stand economically every year? What else? Will the NAACP come out and truly address the stuff going on in our community since they were set up to help us by a white Jew? Will the Urban League really come out in the urban community and lead the charge against gun violence for real? Will they really sit down, brothers and sisters? Next month, the Temple of Mercy will be moving into a new space, and we're going to be calling for meetings. The first group we're going to call is all these watch patrol groups that's out here not patrolling, but watching. That's what we call them first. I know what real patrol look like. We've been doing it for a while. The OMIB, the Original Men in Black. We've been trying to come together with a lot of the watch patrol groups. But most of them just want to stay in their area that they're being funded for. I ain't holding back my words. I'm telling the truth. Dr. Carter would say it this way: I ain't stuttering. I ain't stuttering. I said we need to come together and patrol those areas that are the worst areas and do it in certain particular, like certain timelines, just like when you have a job, all right? You got the day shift, you got the afternoon shift, the evening shift, and the night shift. We can do it in shifts. It's enough of us to do it in shifts. Well, we ain't got no resources. We need funding. Well, how do these people find these damn guns? Did they need funding to get those guns and go shoot? Did somebody help them get funding with drugs to sell? How are they getting them? How do our brothers and sisters with no jobs and no money can find money for weed, alcohol, and cigarettes, but we don't have no funding? I'm about to cuss again. I got to slow down. And look, everybody around me know I don't even curse. If it is, it's a what they call a Freudian slip. And it's not often. But I get tired of brothers and sisters faking that they are whatever they name themselves to be, and they really ain't. They really ain't. You're not going to investigate all the places that the OMIB said need to be investigated so we can find out how these guns is coming into our community and being distributed. Somebody, politician or whoever, will go and get a group of brothers and sisters who got gun cards and all and got concealed and carry and have them speak out against what I'm saying, and I'm not even talking about them. I know how y'all play it, because I know the game. I've been in it for 30-something years watching y'all do all of this bull and pulling the covering over our people's eyes. We've been seeing people get shot 27 years old, 18 years old, 12 years old, 10 years old, babies being shot in the head at bus stops. We've been seeing it. In the 90s, LaTanya Haggerty driving in her car on King Drive. Police pull her over. She gets on the phone to call somebody to let them know, and they mistake her cell phone for a gun, shot up her car and killed her. I can keep going. Now I'm talking about just in Chicago. I'm not talking about no other states, because it'll just get worse. We've been going through this for a while, brothers and sisters. And there has not been any decrease in violence. When I mean violence, I'm being specific now. Gun violence. There has not been no decrease. There's been a lot of talk, been an increase in talk, talk like Daffy Duck, talk, quack, quack, quack. That's all it is. Says Bible. The Bible says in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. You want the real freedom? Another word for freedom is light, will make you light. Well, if the burden is removed, your challenges are lighter. You don't have to worry about nothing. We ain't necessarily talking about L-I-G-H-T. We talking about L-I-T-E. See? If freedom disappears when your funding dried up, it wasn't never freedom. Your permission can always be revoked. Another scripture in the Holy Quran, Surah 13, verse 11. God or Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. You see what I'm saying? See what the Quran is saying? Not going to change until we change, until we take a different approach to what's truly happening, until we stop sitting at the table and telling what the problem is, and then somebody have a solution and they say, but we ain't got no funding. Brothers and sisters, the community that you are in will fund you if you truly bring back some results, some real results, not some prayer, not a prayer cloth, real results. Want to tell me something about another picture that they depicted of the Black President Obama and his wife, depicting them as apes. Like that just started. They did that when he first campaigned, him and his wife. Come on, y'all. Can y'all find something else? You want to put it on Trump, the president. You want to keep all the eyes on Trump. The hell with Trump. You want to put all eyes on him, and all he doing is being a true white man. Yeah, he ain't hiding it. And the reason they all against him, whether it's some Republicans, whether it's some Democrats, whether it's some certain groups out here that don't like what he's saying, what it is, most of the white constituents don't like him exposing them and how they really feel. That's what it is, y'all. He's very transparent. He's the epitome of what transparent looks like, if you really want to know what that looked like. And so they want to shut him up. Because what they say in boardrooms, he's saying on the podium to the whole world. What he said in the quiet corners in somebody's white people's house while they drinking and smoking, he's saying it right there on the podium to the whole world. I can tell you when the first one was put out. I believe I have that information here. I'm going to tell you when. Hope I got it. If I don't, then I'll have it later. I think it was 2008 under President Bush, I believe. And they put a family of monkeys, apes, the whole family of Obama, and had them looking like apes. And everybody went crazy, hollering. If you knew your history, you wouldn't have got to hollering. You'd have got to recognizing the truth that they still, because they say that apes, monkeys, gorillas are 3/5 of a human being. They got some human DNA somewhere in them, and they lumped us in with them. But just by our lips alone will prove to you, if you want to lump us in with them, that we don't look like apes. Y'all lips cut off like apes, not ours. No lips at all. And if you get some, you bought them. Or you got some black in your family tree that you don't want to talk about. So stop that. Hell, if you shave a monkey, he'll be pink like you. So take your crap somewhere else. And until white America changed in that Constitution about us being 3/5 of a human being and all people in Congress sign on that, They still gonna keep treating us and thinking in their head that that's who we are, monkeys, apes. I know you don't want to believe that's how they think. And I know you're gonna go find some white trash somewhere to come and say, I don't think like that. That's just like looking at the garbage saying it don't stink. White trash. I know I sound real bad, don't I? I'll take some of it back, but I won't take back the truth. If we gonna do something, let's do it. And stop being scared. If you believe in God, and if you don't even get with us. Don't get with me. But if you believe in God, and you see the histories of some of our people, when they stood up and a higher power took over, in the Holy Quran, a higher power took over when they were fighting. If you never experienced that, you don't believe in God. So don't even come to be what I'm talking about. I don't want to see you. I don't need you around me. If you just believe in money, I don't need you around me. Go somewhere. And so now, we got militarized police beating protesters in the street. The surveillance state tracking activists. The criminalization of mutual aid. Black Americans been experiencing this for over 400 years. When Barack Obama first ran for president in 2008, they showed and portrayed them as monkeys and apes. During his whole campaign, they did. And when you do that to a person in power who's over the whole world, in other words, he's a world power, but they ain't trying to put the monkey image on him because to say he represents America, they did it to try to show you what they think of a black person being in any office or any position of power to make you get back in your place. Yeah. So I won't even be talking about that. I just wanted to share with you what's going on. So we in Tonal, while everybody's teaching on what we did here and what we accomplished here in America and all the stuff we invented, and we invented so many inventions, about 99% of the inventions in the past and currently were invented by Black people. While y'all talking about that, we need to. We have ever say, let's do this and that. We need to, but while they doing that and showing you how powerful we is inventing here, we go back to ancient Kemet and show you how powerful we were back then, before we came here. And if we sleep over here in America right now, sleep, inventing all this stuff in our sleep, our people invented all this stuff while under oppression and slavery and being beat. Can you imagine the level and the state of mind that we had to be in to build those pyramids, to build those temples, to do all the things that we did over there that mathematically white people still can't find the proper calculation to see how we did something like that. The base of the pyramid of Egypt, when they measured it, it measured the same measurements of the circumference of this whole damn planet. How can some people do something like that? They ain't figured it out yet. They ain't figured it out, and they're not gonna figure it out, brothers and sisters. And if a Black person figure it out, don't tell them. Stupid if you do. It's in us. You don't have to go and teach us all of this stuff. Even in your doggone language, which is a poison language, education, edu, meaning to bring out of somebody, not to put nothing in. That's why you got everybody crazy. It means one thing, but you do another. Hypocrite. So all you're doing is bringing out of us what was already deposited in us. That's true education. Your school ain't teaching you nothing. You're only bringing out what was already in you. I'm talking to black people, brothers and sisters. But if the white folks hear it, God bless you too. If any other ethnic group hear it, God bless you too. And I want you to practice a race first education, where you're teaching your people first. And I'm telling black people, wherever they are, practice a race first philosophy. It's not racist. It's what you should be doing as a black family. If you had your brothers and sisters or your own children in your house, are you going to run past them and practice something somewhere else that you need to be practicing in your household to get your household in order? Nothing wrong with that. Marcus Garvey has a book called Race First. So now we talk about ancient Kemet. Ancient Kemet. They taught a principle called the Ma'at principle, dealing with truth, dealing with balance, dealing with order. If you get this book, you'll see all of that. Ain't no new truth. Ain't no new truth. Kemet understood something that we don't understand, and we were trained to forget it. That spiritual authority must be anchored in structure. Education must be disciplined. Knowledge was protected. Why? Because our teachers only taught us from mouth to ear. We were not permitted to write stuff down. Brothers and sisters, the reason why we were defeated is because when we began to write stuff down and put them in libraries, the more we wrote down, the less valuable we became. So they pushed us aside and got the books, got the scrolls and the scripts. They didn't need you anymore. You went against the creator of the heavens and earth when he told you, just like Eve messed up. And Adam said, don't write it down. But because you couldn't see the future, you began to write. So now you think phonics is something that was given to you by God when it was given to you by the damn devil. I know you don't want to hear that. In the moment you wrote it all down, Alexander the Greek or the freak came over to ancient Kemet, and others came over there and stole all the scripts and scrolls and came back to their countries and took the credit for it. Socrates, Hippocrates, Plato, all of them stole all of their stuff from ancient Kemet. It's a book called The Stolen Legacy by George G.M. James that you need to pick up to show you that they stole mostly everything from us. I'm telling you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. Our land was sacred. All our leadership was truly trained. All our laws wasn't supposed to have been documented. We were supposed to have been learning from mouth to ear, mouth to ear. We didn't sing about freedom, we administered it. And the Bible would say Moses was trained in all the knowledge of Egypt. Yes, he was. Matter of fact, it's in the Bible, the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 22 says, Moses was learned in all the wisdom of the Egyptians, of the Kemites. He was a Kemite, believe it or not. In the Holy Quran, it says, we established them in the land and gave them means, meaning gave them structure. See, we abandoned structure. And the Bible says a double-minded man is unbalanced or unstable in all of his ways. If you ain't standing on nothing, somebody gonna stand on you. So you gotta stand on structure. What structure? The structure that's given to us by God through all of his different books. And once we study them properly and begin to apply them to ourselves and live the life that they're telling us about, we can throw the books away because we become the books again. How do you know that, Brother Minister? Well, Adam was told, name all the animals. Did he have a book of names? Then later on, God said, now give these angels their names. How come they didn't have names already? Because he gave it to you. Gave it to you to do, brothers. Yes, Adam and Eve were black. There are some religions who teach Adam and Eve was white. Well, that's good. That's for them. Everybody can take something and change the color and make it them, because the truth gonna be the same, whatever vehicle that it come out of. But we just gotta know who we are. That's what the challenge is to know who we are. Black man and woman in America, the lost 13 tribe, born of a Nubian, that means black, Kemetic lineage, black code lineage, us. And Nubia was in the place that they call Ethiopia today. And before it was Nubia, it was called Anu, short for the group of black beings that came here and actually started life and seeded life on this planet called Anu, Anunnaki. I know you all see them as white people and all. They're going to depict them as everything to make their people see them. They're going to talk negative about them and all. They're going to tell us we need to get ready for an invasion from outer space, out the water, this and that. No, Negro white folks, you get ready. Black people, you don't have to worry about it, because they're for us. I know you don't want to hear that. Let me read something again real quick. We went to a school called the Kemetic Mystery School. And you hear the word in mystery, my story. You hear the word Kemetic, the word chemistry. Chem, meaning black, then mystery. Chemistry is a black mystery. They're talking about the elements that make up carbon, 666. 6 carbon atoms, 6, what is it? Proton, neutrons. What's the other one? Electrons. Black. I'll get on that again and show you what I'm saying when it comes to the true 666. The ancient Kemites had developed a very complex system. It was called mysteries. And that was the first system of salvation, not this religious stuff they're talking about now. They stole even that from us. It regarded the human body as a prison house of the soul. And it could be liberated or freed from the bodily impediments through the disciplines. See, there we go, discipline. See, in order to have structure, you got to have discipline. Our brothers and sisters are out of order out here. There is no order. And there is no one to give them order because they out of order. I've been to so many meetings, brothers and sisters, where I saw people 60 years old, 70 years old, and they sitting at the table talking about, well, one of them raised their hand and said, well, ain't no youth here. Should no youth come? Because if they come, they're going to see you acting like you say they act. Going back and forth, arguing, calling each other names, ready to fight each other and whatnot, but you want the youth to sit in there and see that crap. Oh, yeah, you want to teach them how to do it? Well, you taught them already. That's why they doing it. And you don't see no difference. You think because you grown, it's okay for you to do it. But we got a lot of grown people. We got a lot of adults here, but where's maturity? Where? Where's the mature adult? When I was a child, I thought childish things. I had childish ways. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. How about you? I know you're going to say, well, yeah, me too. You ain't standing on nothing that's going to help your people. Truly. All the activists that were out there and everything. Yeah, I'm going to put a call out in March. We need it right now. Well, stop being reactionary. It's going to be some more people shot before we come and move into our space. Guns ain't going to just dry up because I said it. But I'm going to see who's going to come in. I'm going to get right back up here and talk about you when you don't show up. Yeah, we need to do this in shifts. And it's enough of us. And if it ain't, we'll get some more of us. But we got to do it. You don't want to join Toma, keep your group. But let's do it together. Let's form alliances. We ain't got to be just like each other. Shoot, America form alliances with all kinds of other countries so that they can be tight when somebody come against them. How about us? We need to form alliances. We need to be in solidarity with each other on some of these things going on in our communities. It says the human body is a prison house of the soul that can be freed from its bodily impediments through the disciplines of the arts and science. Advance yourself, brothers and sisters, from the level of a mortal to that of a God. Not the true God, but a God. This was the notion called the summum bonum, which was known as the greatest good. The greatest good to which we can all aspire. It also became the basis of all ethical concepts. The Kemetic Mystery School was a secret order. Yeah, we wasn't secret because we were doing some stuff that we ain't supposed to do, like the Epstein group. That ain't why we were secret. We were secret because we knew that what the Creator gave us was of so much value that if we don't do it in secret, the white man gonna take it and steal it like what he did. It's another movie called Sankofa. Y'all look for it on YouTube or something. If you have to pay for it, pay for it. It's so deep. They took it off the market. They burnt down the warehouse that it was, some of the stuff was housed in, called Sankofa. Look it up. They had a secret group. But that secret group that they had, they came together so that they can plan freedom, true freedom. So that they can plan how to escape. And brothers and sisters, those so-called Anunnakis or whoever they are today, that's how some of them did escape. You can't run away from some place where you are and run out in the woods or in the forest or in the jungle. You still in the same state. So how did they get away? They had to go in the valley or upon a hill. Both of those were rendezvous points for them to be picked up and taken up in the air, like they say in the Bible, with him. And taken all the way back to ancient Kemet or wherever they were in Africa. Not all of them, some of them. Some of them that was cast off in the water before they got here were picked up by some of the marine people that live under there. They're protected. They didn't all drown. I know you don't want to hear this. But I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, that there is hope. I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, that there is help. You just got to get up and do something. Because if you don't do something, even the Bible said, you make one step, I'll take two. God can't even take one because you won't. You're too damn scared. You're too damn caught up in the money of this world. You're too caught up in trying to be on some particular level of life or living or existence. So you run to the suburbs because you don't want to be here. But yet, when the mess that's happening here come out there, then you wondering what happened. Well, it's your son now who was born here in the ghettos of North America. It's your daughter now, prostituting. It's your daughter and your son on drugs because you thought that if you would go somewhere else, it would leave. Not until we get up and start doing for self and doing some of the things that the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey told us to do and that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us to do, then we are going to continue on and on and on, generation after generation, to continue. We're going to continue to be in this condition of subservient position, brothers and sisters, that we choose to stay in because we don't think we can do something for ourselves. Every race on the planet is doing some independent things for themselves and ain't dependent on the white man. But we are. Then when a man break out in Africa named Ibrahim Traore to show you that we can do some things, and his country is growing by leaps and bounds. But yet every once in a while, some handkerchief head nigger in his military or somewhere accept some money from some other country, America included, and then they go and try to bring the man down to keep us from still having something of our own. The Black Panther Party has some stuff for handkerchief head niggas. Nation of Islam, I don't know about today, but under Elijah Muhammad, they had something for handkerchief head niggas. Now all we got is the handkerchief. Oh, it's 1:30. Boy, and I'm not even halfway finished. I might have to go live Wednesday. Let me read this last part. It says that we had a secret order. Membership was gained by initiation and a pledge to secrecy. Brother and sister, they stole masonry from us. That's all I want to tell you. The teaching was graded, delivered orally to the neophyte. Under these circumstances of secrecy, the Kemites developed secret systems of writing and teaching, which that's where they were wrong, the writing part. And they forbid their initiates from writing what they had learned. See, you can't do that. This knowledge teaches us something about the circuitry of the universe, one verse, how it is wired, so that a knowledgeable individual can learn how to manipulate the very forces of creation, like Moses did, like Yeshua did, like Joshua did. Yes, we can do it. Some of us have done it. Some of us still can do it, but you got to be taught. You got to be trained. How are you going to be taught? You got to be taught how to bring what's already in you out of you. But you got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to be willing to change your diet. You got to be willing to change your mind. We can break out. We can be free. I leave you in peace. Hotel. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Abaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Peace, peace.
Sunday worship service. We invite you and your family to join us live every Sunday at 6:16. Once again, that's $. The message you have been listening to will continue live here at our.
This is of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!